It takes experience and a lot of skill to pilot a boat in Venice. There are large numbers of boats using the canals, and their dimensions are not always adapted to the traffic. The result is that there are frequent snarl-ups that require delicate maneuvering. Owning your own boat in Venice is a luxury. The main difficulty is finding a place to berth. There are very few Venetians who, like Enrico, own a garage. Speed is strictly limited, and the police have speed traps to keep an eye on it. Giordano Zuin.
At the moment, we're measuring the speed of the boats on the Grand Canal, where the limits currently in force are very strict. 7 kilometers an hour, 11 kilometers an hour for public transport vehicles.
Despite the policeman's fears, there are infringements and therefore fines. The culprit always has an explanation, but the police also have their arguments.
The main traffic problems in Venice are obviously due to the number of boats moving around, and also the speed, because boats moving through water cause waves, and the waves cause instability. This is dangerous, particularly for smaller vessels like rowing boats and gondolas.
Some waves could cause the traghetto to capsize. The traghetto is a boat that takes standing passengers across the Grand Canal. The famous gondola is always associated with the image of Venice itself. Records show that gondolas were used here as far back as the end of the 11th century. The flat-bottomed asymmetrical hull allows it to be propelled with a single oar. Standing at the stern, the gondolier moves the oar in 3 movements. Gondoliers sometimes utter strange sounds.
Ahoy is in a way the gondolier's hooter. Motorboats are like cars. They go beep, beep, beep. The gondola goes ahoy to announce its arrival, and it has priority over motorboats.
Igor Vignotto is one of the 425 qualified Venetian gondoliers. They have many different skills.
Tourists often ask us to sing. That's not a problem for me, but 90% of gondoliers don't want to sing. So, if I sing, the other gondoliers tell me to shut up. Otherwise, their passengers will ask them to sing too.
Gondolas used to be sumptuously decorated and painted in bright colors. But things have changed.
The gondolas are black. The color has been the same for all gondolas since a 1630 law of the Republic of Venice. However, on the inside, everyone can decorate as he likes. We can put lions, seahorses, angels. On mine, for example, in this part that we call Cimiero, I've written my granddaughter's name, Aurora.
The Gondoliers Uniform is as well known as the gondola, and yet it has no historical origin. Gianpolo Desti.
We used to wear a jacket called La Marinaia, the Navy, a real sailor's jacket that we changed with the seasons. It was white in spring and summer, black in autumn and in winter. Then, with the increasing importance of tourism, this uniform came into being and is now known throughout the world.
Why don't you always wear your hat?
It's windy today, so the hat gets blown off.
The gondolier has to have a perfect knowledge of the town. He can also serve as a guide.
That terrace on the roof is called altana. It's peculiar to the 1700s. In those days, women lightened their hair to the color Venetian blonde by exposing it to the sun. And they did that on those terraces, the altane. A gondola lasts on average between 20 and 30 years. It depends on how well the gondolier looks after it. There are still 5 gondola building workshops known as squari. This is an old squero, one of the rare few that still exist. It's where the gondolas are built and small boats repaired.
A gondola is made up of 280 pieces of wood. A few enthusiasts collect the souvenirs of a genuine heritage, Germano da Preda.
They're mainly working boats. When they can't be used anymore, the old boats are destroyed because, unfortunately, in Venice, there's no room to keep them.
The traditional gondolas are part of the scenery in Venice, but some, dating back a long way, are true works of art, like the hearse gondola. There also used to be the gondolas equipped with the felze, a sort of cabin that was quite useful.
Here at the front, there's the door equipped with an opening that you could close with a screen or open with a glass pane. That means that inside, the owner had a comfortable and totally private space. That was very useful for romantic assignations, but also for business meetings.